life left to live. Please send a sign from up above. And if I gotta choose, I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. No one can take that from me. I see what I choose to see. Reality is what you make it. So why would I ever choose hatred? I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna take that away. I choose love. I choose love. No one's gonna make me hate. I choose love. I choose love. And no one's gonna take that away. I choose love.
Welcome to the special Thanksgiving show. You know, I dedicate my time to the movement, man. It's another day. But I would like to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Shout out to everyone in the city who have to work today, such as myself. After the show, I have to go to work and move the people so they could go see their family. But shout out to you guys who spending time with your family. And thanks for joining me. Another round of applause. Why not? Now we not gonna sit here all day. It's a quick show. Got some real important information to get out there. Hold on one second. Let me share the show out real quick. If you watching, share out the show. Share it to your group. Share it to your main page. Put people on. Let me see. Let me do this real quick. Yeah. So I'm gonna basically just be running through a few things. Information. So I was on the MTA website recently, their Twitter page, and I found some interesting tweets that I want to share with you guys. And this is the first tweet. Let me move out the way a little bit so you can see it. So the MTA opened a new lactation room at Grand Central Terminal for nursing moms on the go. Replaced 30 out of 96 departure boards at Grand Central Terminal. Now, what I want to focus on, and I hope you guys share this information with your family so they can know the working conditions that you work under, the things that the MTA do to us and how they always put us last. And this is a good example right here. So the MTA opened a new lactation room at Grand Central Terminal for nursing moms on the go. As you know, that there's no lactation rooms for all the females throughout the system who actually work for the MTA. And that's a major issue because by state law, the MTA is required to have these lactation rooms. But for some strange reason, they feel that making these lactation rooms for the passengers is more important for the workers themselves. So to the MTA, we're going to give you our favorite soundbite.
Get the fuck out of here!
Get out of here with that craziness, man. You got to look out for your workers first. We're going to run through the next tweet from the MTA. Now, this is for, I believe, the Fast Forward program. So let me read this tweet. It says, congratulations to the winners of the first employee awards in support of New York City's Transit's Fast Forward program. Today, we honored the determined employees going above and beyond to improve service, accessibility, and corporate culture. Shout out to them. But let me ask you this. This Fast Forward program would not work without the men and women who move these trains, who move these buses, the cleaners who help keep the trains on schedule by doing a quick, fast, and efficient job when they can, when they not being rushed by supervision. We are the real MVPs of the Fast Forward program, and I find it to be kind of like a smack in our face that they giving out awards to the people who actually don't move these trains and buses and don't clean, and the dispatchers who make sure that the schedules is right. We are the real MVPs. We should be the winners and the first employees to accept awards for the Fast Forward program. But it's whatever. Shout out to those guys, man. Now this was another interesting tweet. I'm gonna get to this one right here. This one says, in keeping with the holiday spirit, Long Island Railroad and Metro North will offer tickets at off-peak prices over the 4-day Thanksgiving holiday starting on Thanksgiving Thursday, November 28th until till Sunday, December 1st. This is how the rich stay rich, man. Most of the people who use Long Island Railroad and Metro North are people who are really a part of the middle class. And when I did my interview with Nicole Jelinas, she described Long Island, specifically Long Island, as a swing state for Cuomo, and he's always going to make sure that they're good. And I believe that. For 4 days, you go off off-peak prices. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not mad at that. But what about the people that live in New York City who really can't afford the fares here? The Metro cards are really expensive, the monthly Metro cards. Why didn't you do something for the people in the city where they can, if they get a monthly Metro card within those 4 days, that they could get 10% off or something like that? Why you guys couldn't do something for the people in the city? But this is how the rich stay rich. But I'm quite sure they've done this before, but why they don't think about the people who ride New York City Transit? You know, they ride in more filthier conditions. They have to deal with the homeless. The trains are more dirtier than ever. There's delays all the time. The people in New York City Transit deserve a discount off of their Metro cards for those 4 days. Like I said, if you buy your Metro card within those 4 days, during the Thanksgiving holiday, you get 10% off your Metro card or whatever the case may be. I think that would have been a good deal for the people in the city. Moving along. So my boy Manacho, he has sent me this, and it says, to be happy in New York City, you need to make $220,000. Quick break real quick. If you're watching the show, please share the show. Please invite people to watch. Hit the thumbs up button. Like the show, definitely. We are actually live on all 3 platforms right now. So if you're on Twitter, retweet this. Retweet this while we live. If you're watching us live on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up. Facebook, hit the thumbs up. But this $220,000 to live comfortable and to be happy in New York City. Now, we all know that really no civil servants, as far as blue collar workers is concerned, you know, the men and women who get their hands dirty around here do not make $220,000. That's more of an executive salary. But this article also said it also found that people need to be making between $125,000 and $156,000 annually for their emotional well-being. I totally agree with that in New York City. So we have, out of the unions that have the biggest, the more more members, we get paid the least. So what I'm saying is that we have more. I think we have more members than the PBA have as far as police officers, but we get paid the least. We got more members in New York City Transit under Local 100 than fire department, but we get paid the least. So if we can't afford to live in the city, and we definitely not making $125,000 as a train operator or bus operator, and if you are, you living on a job, you're not getting that off of 8 hours. You're not getting that off of 10 hours a day. You're doing at least 12 to 16 hours and working 6 to 7 days a week in order to pull something out off like that. So you're killing yourself. So this should be a measuring stick, because we have seen articles like this that say you need to make 220,000 plus to be happy in New York City. You see 1-bedroom rents is hovering around $2,500, $3,000. There's no way possible as a civil servant in New York City that you could afford these rents and these groceries, and we getting left behind left and right. So how can we catch up? That's the magic question. And I think it starts with strong union leadership, members who's willing to stick together and get these weak people out of the way, these weak leaders. Let me see what y'all talking about on Facebook. Let me see if I can put y'all comments on the screen. Okay, there go y'all comments. Let me see. Oh, shout out to Rodney, Dominique, Barry. What's good, brother? I knew Barry. For I forgot what school, but Barry used to do school safety, and I was a student in his school, but I think maybe like elementary school. Shout out to my brother Barry. Gail, what's up, bro? I know you got the day off. You don't need to say anything. Yeah, but there's no way possible that you can live in this city off for 8 hours and even off for 10 hours. You know, we getting left behind every contract. They fool us with this cost of living thing, and people don't understand. I mean, not cost of living, this inflation thing. You getting raises above inflation. That's not the issue. The real issue is cost of living. If we could keep up with the cost of living, we won't really need any inflation raises. Inflation raises, you could consider that a bonus. But when you're only getting inflation raises and you're not keeping up with the cost of living, you're falling behind. And that's what happened to transit workers. For some reason, we have been bamboozled as to thinking that inflation raises were real raises. They really not real raises. All right, moving along. This is from NJ Burkitt. I think he's from Channel 7. It says, Train Union International President Samuelson says Local 100 members must have the right to strike. We're being held hostage right now. MTA has no incentive to bargain in good faith. They have awakened a sleeping giant. It's true. The MTA don't have no reason to bargain in good faith. The Taylor law, in which we are binded by, it puts the ball in management hands. It actually gives workers no right. Like you can't. How can you fight for a good contract if they telling you that you don't have the right to strike? It absolutely makes no sense. No sense. So he's right. He's right in that manner. Now, as far as awakening a sleeping giant, this is where Samuelson loses me. Because under his leadership, when he was president of Local 100, we went 2 years without a contract. He actually had to run the Cuomo to get us a contract, but we went 2 years without a contract. Shouldn't the sleeping giant been woken then? Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. If you guys want to call into the show, I got a few minutes to talk. You can call 347-464-2880. Let me make sure I got the phone queued up right. But once again, if you want to call into the show and talk about anything that we're talking about today, 347-464-2880. I got a few minutes to spare to hear from you guys. Yeah, so back, the sleeping giant should have been awakened, but it's not. So he's just blabbering at the mouth again, but he is right that we are being held hostage by the Taylor law, and it's sad, but we got to do something. The next thing I want to talk about is, as you guys know, tomorrow is Black Friday, and it been this group of young kids, it seemed like, protesting against the 500 police that the MTA is bringing to the subways, and they don't feel that more police should be in the subways. I disagree with them on that. Partially, I'm gonna say I partially disagree with them on that, because if the police are only going to be there to police poverty, I don't think we need more police for that, because they not policing crime, they policing poverty. And I do believe that more police need to be in the system just as a deterrence from assaulting workers. This is not being talked about as it should, but us transit workers, we are getting beat up on the job left and right. I mean, and people is not discriminating. They assaulting pregnant women, they assaulting older co-workers, young, black, white, they don't care. They just assaulting us. So I do believe that more police need to be in the system, but it's also don't make no sense if they not going to be deployed right. So if you have police deployed mainly at the turnstiles for fare evasion, then it defeats the purpose of having more in the system, because they're not going to protect us. They're not going to be there. They not go deter anything. And that's the point. They may not be able to catch anyone, but the presence of a police officer definitely deters people from committing crimes. So if the police officers is not going to be deterred right or properly, then we don't need them here. And that's basically what it is. Like I said, if you guys want to call in, the number is 347-464-2880 if you want to call in. So throughout the city and throughout the country, you see labor unions, they striking, they rallying, they not happy, and you can see it on their faces. You can see the level of concern and seriousness on their faces. And just yesterday, there was a rally for airport workers at JFK Airport, and it got pretty ugly. And I'm going to play this video for you guys, and I want you guys to check this out.
Yeah, Tamsin and John, a much different scene right now. The 700 or so protesters have cleared out, but for a little more than 2 hours, they made their voices loud and clear, and that is they deserve respect and that they want higher wages and also better health benefits. Now, they staged a die-in blocking the roadway here. It only lasted a little under 10 minutes, so it didn't really disrupt traffic, but they made their point. They staged that die-in. Now, Port Authority police warning them to get out of the roadway, but because they did not, they made about 60 arrests. Now, they blocked the roadway, and again, 60 arrests for disorderly conduct. But these people, they did not resist arrest. Now, these are airline catering workers. Their union is Unite Here Local 100. They say 70% of them are paid minimum wage and depend on Medicaid, or they go without health insurance altogether. We spoke with one of these workers this afternoon.
We believe that if we stand together as one and we go before the airline and we ask the airline, hey airline, could you please speak to LSG SkyChef and in order to raise our income so that way we can really make one job enough.
Now, by the way, these workers, they are not actually employed by American Airlines, even though they were protesting right outside the American terminal. They actually work for a company called SkyChef. Now, American released a statement to Pix 11 reading in part, we are not in a position to control the outcome of their negotiations or dictate what wages or benefits are agreed upon between the catering companies and their employees. Now, they also made a point, American Airlines, to say that any increase would then go to their customers. Now, I also reached out to SkyChef. They tell Pix 11 that a federal mediator is involved and they've been negotiating in good faith for 6 months now. We will stay on top of the story for you. For now, we're live from JFK. Shirley Chan, Pix 11 News.
Shout out to those workers over there, man. Shout out to them, man. Now, if you listen to that broadcast, hold on one second. If you listen to that broadcast just now, their union is actually the same union that we have, TWU Local 100. What's ironic about that rally was that they didn't have support of the union leadership. There wasn't no union leadership there. It was the workers getting together and saying that they had enough, as they rightfully should. They wasn't afraid. They went out there, they got arrested, and they stood up for something that they believe in. And it's a shame that our union, because our union represent airport workers too, that they wasn't there to help out those members and be on the front line with them, man.
Get the fuck out of here!
I'm telling you, this union really don't want to fight. Now, in the midst of that, I'm gonna play another video, and this happened. I believe that this happened this week sometime, maybe Tuesday. Wait, today is Thursday. Maybe Monday or Tuesday around there that this has happened. And look at Local 100 fight. Look at the stunt that they pulled. Heck of the video.
So Patrick, we're going to be watching you. We want our contract one now. No contract, no peace. 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 No contract. Get the fuck out of here!
Did you?
Get the fuck out of here!
I mean, seriously, let's be real. What does no contract, no peace mean for Local 100? I need someone to tell me, what does no contract, no peace means for Local 100? I mean, first of all, they had a secret rally at City Hall. And when I say secret, it means that they didn't promote it. They just got some guys who I guess they I don't know who these guys are. They of course they coworkers, but they just got a handful of guys, went down to City Hall for something that they knew was going on, and embarrassed themselves in front of the city council with this horrible turnout. You know, if you want to make a scene, then you invite the members. We could have easily got 100, 200 members down there for a real turnout. You guys let them officers kick you guys out. They just said like this, and you guys left. But you saying no contract, no peace? You guys don't know nothing about anything outside of peace and bowing down and kissing butt. It took nothing for you guys to leave out of that City Hall. Y'all went out of there. Y'all sounded dead. First of all, I gotta play this again. Let me play this again. Listen to this BS.
So Patrick, we're going to be watching you. We want our contract one now. No contract, no peace. 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 No contract, no. Get the fuck out of here!
I mean, really? No, it took nothing. The guy just said like this and you guys left. No contract, no peace. At what point, first of all, we went 2 years without a contract. This is the same administration. Nothing changed really. No contract, no peace. We went 2 years without a contract. It was nothing but peace. Now you guys are stunting. Don't want the members to come out to some of these events with these politicians because you guys want to control the narrative. You guys made a deal with the bosses to not really cause a real disruption. And that's why you guys pull stunts like this. No contract, no peace. Meanwhile, a little officer just waved his finger and you guys marching out of there like little kids, going from the classroom to the play yard during recess, man. Get up out of here with that craziness, man. You guys could fool the people who don't know about fighting, who don't know about organizing and mobilizing. You can fool those types, but you can't confuse me or fool me with these fake fights that y'all having. And then look at President Byford. Says MTA President Andy Byford shakes hands with workers in attendance before his testimony. Mr. Byford is a likable guy. Very likable, and he's doing the right thing on his part. And this is the reason why, from what I understand, they have removed Mr. Byford from the negotiating table, because he actually support the workers. He believed that we should get rewarded for the things that we have done and the hard work that we do and the sacrifices that we make. So the powers that be had removed him from the negotiating table. But Mr. Byford remains active. He do not move like an executive. You know, I don't know what he really does behind the scenes, but in the forefront, even if this was fake, even if this was a facade by Mr. Byford, no other MTA boss is doing this, and nor would they ever do it, because they look at us as being below them. You know, we should bow down to them or whatever the case is, man. That's just crazy. But Mr. Byford, he's out here doing the right thing. So as you know, yesterday, it's the next topic. Yesterday, hold on, let me pull this up on my phone. Like I said, if you guys watching live, or when the broadcast is over, you know, hit the thumbs up button. Whether you're on Facebook, we on Twitter. If you're on Twitter right now watching us, retweet this live broadcast right now as we speak. And if you're on YouTube, you know, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. I'm able to broadcast. I syndicated myself. That's what I like to call it. I syndicated myself. I syndicated myself where I could broadcast live at the same time in different markets. So we on Facebook Live right now. We on YouTube Live right now. And we on Twitter Live right now. But with this picture I got on the screen right now, it says MTA Chairman. Wait, let me read the title first. Transport Workers Union Local 100 President Tony Utano released the following contract update, which was yesterday. MTA Chairman Pat Foy reached out to me yesterday and asked that we go into executive session to try and reach agreement on a new contract. On a new contract, I have accepted. The 40,000 hardworking men and women who move 8 million people a day by subway and bus deserve a fair contract. I mean, not only the people, you know, us, that the operational titles, the track they help move, the cleaners they help move, the station agents they help move, everybody help move. So I don't know why would he just say that, just the subway and bus people. We all deserve a fair contract. But you know, people say he used the term executive session to make it seem powerful, to make it seem like, yeah, we're about to go do something real right now, and try to throw the people off. Executive session is when basically the president of the union and the chairman, the top boss in the TA, they come together and they talk about things. Nobody else, no other officers. They could have made an agreement to say, you know, one or two other people or whatever the case is. I don't know. But mainly an executive session is the top two dogs of the opposing parties. They coming together and they working things out. Now, what's dangerous about the executive session for us in particular, transit workers, is that Utano has got a lot of praise for being a deal maker. but people don't understand what kind of deal maker Utano has been, and everyone has said that he has been a deal maker to always fall in line with management. So for the MTA, like if you look at the picture, he says that hold on, wait, let me get back to that. He says Pat Foy reached out to him yesterday, and basically pulled him away from his support group, and he felt for it because Utano is not the smartest tool in the shed. Yes, he's a nice guy. We heard that. Yes, he's fun to be around. We heard that, but he's not a boss or a businessman, and nowhere near. He signed off on the for contractors to do the cleaning work. A couple of months of him being in office, so that's not smart or business-like to me, and I'm quite sure that scabbing out union workers' work is not smart, but he seemed for it to be smart. Pat Foy and them pulled the chess move, said, look, let's go into executive session. You just bring yourself here because I believe that these people are smarter than the Utano, without a doubt. Now, like I said, the dangerous thing with the executive session is that there's no minutes to be taken. And for the people who don't know what minutes is basically a record of what was talked about and discussed during that particular meeting. So if there's no minutes that were discussed during that meeting, then how will we know? Where's the transparency for us to say that Utano was operating in our good faith? There's no way for us to tell. For the TA to reach out to Utano before the holidays, because in the media, for some reason, they have put that there's going to be some type of job action Friday, because tomorrow's Black Friday, of course, that there's going to be some type of job action and something is going down. So what did the MTA do? The MTA reached out to Utano and say, hey, look, let's work with you so there won't be no job action or alleged job action or whatever the media, wherever they get their information from. They said they got it from a Facebook group or whatever the case was. So what the MTA do? They smartly pull Utano and try to put a halt to whatever may happen for Black Friday. So it was a smart move by them. And Black Friday does make sense because it's the single most used day that could really affect the holiday season. Like if we were to go on strike during Christmas, yes, it would affect things, but Black Friday is when a lot of the sales go down. So if Subway and bus service actually go down tomorrow, it could hurt the city big time and it would make people upset. So the MTA, they did a chess move. Come here, Utano. Let's work this out. Let's fake work this out. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep it on pause. And then after Black Friday come, next week, maybe the contracts will fall through. But I believe that a deal will be made. I believe within the next week or two. I believe that the union is going to try to sell it as a Christmas or New Year's gift to the members. And then the members, we got to ratify the contract, which means that we get to vote. Do we think the contract is good or bad? If we vote yes, it goes through. If we vote no, then they got to go back to the drawing board and possibly take it to arbitration. But we can't make no decision. I already know how I'm going to vote if certain things ain't right. If we don't got at least 5% per year, I'm voting no. If we get any increase in our medical, I'm voting no. If we get any decrease in our vacation, I'm voting no. Any sellout of the unborn, I'm voting no. There's certain things that I'm not going to tolerate or go on, and I'm going to just vote no for it. The raises got to be right, and the raises have to offset. The raises have to offset the health benefit contribution. So right now we paying 2% into our health benefits. Our raises have to be at least 5%, so we can have at least a 3% actual increase in our raise when it comes to this contract. So if we don't have at least a 5% raise, I'm not voting. I'm not voting yes, because if you think about it like this, if our medical go up to 3% or 2.5%, let's say 2.5%. If our medical go up to 2.5% and we get a 3% increase in our raises, then our actual raise will actually be 0.5%. And that's not even counting what other concessions may go down during this contract. So it's very possible that we will see a deficit. And for us tier 6 workers, since we came to New York City Transit Property, we haven't seen a raise because we paying upwards to 6% to our pension, and we only got a raise, and that's 6% a year, and we got a raise of 2.5% a year, and then you put that with the 2% for the healthcare. We had a deficit. We had a negative. So in order for anyone to be good and something that's fair and help us catch up, we need 5% a year, a 15% contract over 3 years. None of that 12% over 57 month stuff. A year is 12 months, and we need to get back to the 12-month thing and stop trying to fool and bamboozle the membership. They would definitely try to fool and bamboozle the membership. And for the people out there who like to allude that, we not creating unity. We need to come together. I totally agree. We need to come together, but unity don't mean going along to get along. And that's what you guys confuse. That's what you guys don't understand. Unity does not mean go along to get along. Unity does not mean be a yes man. Unity does not mean do not challenge. Unity does not mean do not speak your mind. You guys got the wrong definition and idea of unity. In every part of the world history, there always has been an imposing factor. Always. You can't point to not one place in history where there wasn't an imposing factor, because that's just not how nature works. Even in the wild, you have predators and you have prey. There is an opposing factor in almost everything in life. If there wasn't an opposing factor of everything in life, then there would be unity amongst many things. We will only have one healthcare in the world. We will only have these states wouldn't have all these different laws if there was a such thing as unity. If there was a such thing as unity, we won't have all these different religions. So no matter how you slice it, unity, people like to throw unity out there because it sounds good. It makes them sound like they want to be a unionist. It makes them sound like they want to put people together. Sometimes unity means challenging the opposition. Sometimes unity means telling the truth. The truth hurts. We get it. And sometimes people don't want to hear the truth. I get that too. Well, that's on you. That's not on me. The problem is that people don't want to deal with the truth. You must deal with the truth. If you can't deal with the truth, then that's on you. But we not here at Progressive Action to go along to get along. The reason why we do so good and we get a lot of support and members know who we are is because they see that we speak our mind. They see that we tell the truth, and we don't only tell the truth. We provide facts, as what I like to call receipts. We provide receipts for everything that we do. So if I say that Roger got us a 28% worth of raises over his whole tenure as being president, and Samuelson only got us 13%. Am I supposed to be happy with that? Am I supposed to be silent about that? Am I supposed to not show the members that we had better at one time? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? If when Samuelson came back with that contract and it said no concessions, but you read through the contract and it actually has concessions, am I supposed to be quiet about that? Am I not supposed to tell the truth? Am I not supposed to create a show to put the members in the know and let them know what's going on, that these people are bamboozling us? When they say that Tony Utano is the best thing since sliced bread and he's a great deal maker, and I go to every contract that he negotiated over and his people did not get the deal that they deserve, and they still fall behind for the kind of work that they doing, am I supposed to be silent? Am I not supposed to bust these people bubbles for lying to the members? What am I supposed to do? You guys like lies. You guys get comfortable with lies. That's not me. That's not Progressive Action. We not doing that. And if you think that we're going to do that, you got something else coming for you, buddy. with that being said, like I said, I want you guys to always challenge. If something sounds too good to be true, then you challenge it. If something don't sound right, then you ask the question. We are all adults here. And I really hope that you guys got your families watching this show. I hope you share this with your family members so they can know what you guys and what we go through as a union, as a transit worker who work for the city. And I'm quite sure this is not only limited to transit workers. Almost every job probably had their problems. And I hear people say, you know, they like to say, yeah, you know, NYPD don't have these issues and Pat Lynch this. I like the way Pat Lynch stick up for his members. Now, whether they right or wrong, now I disagree with their whole policing culture and ideology. Yes, he sticks up for his members, but people not analyzing what's going on. Pat Lynch represents one trade of people. He's Local 100 represent too many trades. Pat Lynch is not representing police officers, all these different type of the cleaners. He's not representing the cleaners and the police department, the plumbers. He's not representing them. He's not representing the people who come patch up the walls or fix the roofs or the leaks or anything in the police department. Pat Lynch represent police officers. So it's easier as a union president to go and represent one trade. In Local 100, there's about 50 something trades. You got conductor, train operator, you got track worker, you got infrastructure, you got stations, you have hydraulics, you have all these different types of trades in Local 100, and it's hard to represent everyone's best interest. So there's going to be a natural opposition. Someone's going to suffer, someone's going to be treated, not feel like they're not being treated right. That's the problem here. So don't say that there's no unity. There's unity amongst police. People don't know police officers, they have their own damn problems. The problem is that you guys is not in their Facebook groups to see what's going on. I know what's going on. The same things that we complain about, they complain about too. They don't talk about their things in the media and things like that because they're afraid of the repercussions. The police department is a very, very, very powerful entity, and some of these people aren't built for that type of heat when it comes down. But don't say that Pat Lynch and them, do we see? He represent one trade, police officers, nobody else. And Local 100 is too many trades. If you look at Metro North and Long Island Railroad, the president of that union or those unions, they don't represent all those trades. In Long Island Railroad, I believe there's 16 different unions. And I think in Metro North, there might be 11 or 12 different unions that represent the different trades. So if you don't know what you're talking about, don't spit that message out there because you don't know what you're talking about. The problem in Local 100, we represent too many trades. Yes, there's power in numbers, but if those numbers aren't organized, it don't matter if you got 10,000 or 1 million, it's still going to be confusion. And until you guys get that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to tell you this. Thanks for tuning into the show. Share the show. Like I said, we live on all 3 platforms. I want to see this show everywhere. I want you guys to have a happy Thanksgiving, and we catch y'all later. Peace. Let me go out on some theme music real quick.
Can you tell me what is going on?
I really hope y'all having a good time with y'all family though.
Everybody's gone crazy. Where have all the dreamers gone?
Share out this show.
Have we all just gotten lazy?
I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Something's got to give. Don't make much life.